Decent jobs reports on both sides of the border to close out what was a very busy week in the business center. Almost 84,000 jobs added in Canada in October, and that was the fewest since the pandemic recovery began back in May. It was also a slowdown from the 378,000 we saw in September. But most of the job gains in October were full-time jobs. The unemployment rate little changed at 8.9%. Now, it's worth noting here, we did see a better than expected read on jobs, even as Ontario and Quebec implemented some rollbacks because of a second wave. In the U.S., the jobs data there better than expected. The jobless rate fell to 6.9%, and it was a sixth straight month of gains in the U.S. Now, the better than expected jobs data in the U.S., not enough to move markets in any big way throughout today's session, although it was a winning week on both sides of the border. The NASDAQ, the big winner, it was up by about 8%. The TSX also higher over the last 5 days, up by more than 4%, but still down by more than 4% this year. We also saw a decent move to the upside in the cannabis sector on Bay Street for a second straight day. A note from CIBC today said, and I'm quoting here, "Times like these are optimal to own cannabis stocks as valuations could expand significantly." Remember, a number of states did vote to legalize marijuana in Tuesday's election. So shares in Canopy Growth saw a decent bounce today. That's one of the biggest cannabis producers. But Aurora cannabis stock at one point today jumped by 90%. Aurora is set to report earnings on Monday. And fans of The Mandalorian will like hearing this story. It seems that Disney and Lucasfilm is working on a spin-off series about Boba Fett. This is according to Deadline, and it's still speculation at this point, but we're also hearing that it could start shooting next week, so we might get confirmation. Observers point out, no spoilers here, that the first episode of season 2 of The Mandalorian did offer some plot elements which could lead people to assume the bounty hunter is in line for his own spin-off. And back in February, the former Disney CEO Bob Iger teased a plan to expand the Mandalorian franchise with a spin-off series. He did not offer any details, and Lucasfilm so far is not saying much. Have a great weekend. In the 680 Business Center, I'm Kris McCusker.